Charlie Sheen is known to millions for his award-winning body of work on television and in the movies. But this morning, he's here to talk about something immensely personal and private. Charlie, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
How you been?
Good, good, good. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. We've spoken a lot over the last couple of days. And
let me say first and foremost that your producing team, Katie Disler and the Zim, have been awesome.
Thank you.
Yes. As have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just absolute compassion and it just means the world. Thank you.
Thank you. You know there are a lot of rumors out there right now, and you would like to address them head on, so I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
I have to, yeah. I'm here to admit that I am, in fact, HIV positive. And I have to put a stop to this onslaught, this barrage of attacks and of sub-truths and very harmful and mercurial stories that are about that threatening the health of so many others, which couldn't be farther from the truth.
I want to talk about those in a second. How many people have you told about this?
I've told enough that I trusted to be in the position and the situation that I'm in today.
People you thought you could trust at the time?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
How long have you known about this? When were you diagnosed?
Roughly 4 years ago. Yeah, it started with what I thought based on this series of cluster headaches and insane migraines and sweating the bed, completely drenched 2-3 nights in a row that I was emergency hospitalized. I thought I had a brain tumor. I thought it was over. After a battery of tests, spinal taps, all that crap, they walked in the room and said, "Oh, here's what's going on." It's a hard 3 letters to absorb. You know, it's a turning point in one's life.
4 years you have been trying to keep this secret.
Yeah.
And you have said that you have been the victim of betrayal and extortion. You told me that a lot of people have actually demanded money to stay silent about this.
That is true. Yeah. I've paid those people. Not that many, but enough to where it is depleted the future.
How many people have you paid?
I don't want to guess wrong, but enough to bring it into the millions. And that's what people forget is that's money they're taking from my children. You know, they think it's just me, but I got 5 kids and a granddaughter. You know.
You wrote this to me in a letter and shared it with me yesterday. In and around this perplexing and difficult time, I dazedly chose or hired the companionship of unsavory and insipid types. Imagining prostitutes. Regardless of their saltless reputations, I always led with condoms and honesty when it came to my condition. Sadly, my truth soon became their treason as a deluge of blackmail and extortion took center stage in this circus of deceit. Were these people that you had sexual contact with and were claiming that you had transmitted the virus to them, or were these people who simply found out about your status and were threatening to tell the world?
More the latter. They for some reason I trusted them. They were deep in my inner circle, and I thought that they could be helpful, and instead they as I wrote, my trust turned to their treason.
So are we talking about lawsuits filed against you here, Charlie? Are we talking about shakedowns?
We're talking about shakedowns. Yeah.
Is it true that on at least one occasion you had a prostitute come over to your house who, after a sexual encounter, went into your bathroom and with a cell phone took an image of your antiretroviral medication?
That's correct, yeah.
And then threatened to sell that image to the tabloids?
Yes, this is after I told her that thank you for your time, we're not going to see each other anymore. It was after she spent the day at a health food store buying me herbal medications.
Are you still paying
to help me?
Are you still paying some of these people?
Not after today, I'm not.
So you think that by speaking this truth, you'll get out from under that?
That's my goal, and it's not. I mean, that's not my only goal. We'll talk more about that later. But no, I think release myself from this prison today.
And it's interesting because these people kept coming over to your house. They kept gaining information that they then used, in your words, to extort you, and yet you continued the behavior. You kept bringing these unsavory types,
which is my part,
to your house.
Which is my part, absolutely.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you make the same mistake over and over?
Because I was so depressed by the condition that I was in that I wasn't. I was doing a lot of drugs. I was drinking way too much. I was making really bad decisions. That part I own, 100%.
Have you knowingly, or even perhaps unknowingly, transmitted the HIV virus to someone else since your diagnosis?
Impossible. Impossible.
We're going to talk to your doctor with you in a second about that.
Good.
Have you had unprotected sex on any occasion since your diagnosis?
Yes, but the two people that I did that with were under the care of my doctor, and they were completely warned ahead of time.
Have you, since the time of your diagnosis, told every one of your sexual partners, before you had a sexual encounter, that you were HIV positive?
Yes, I have.
No exception?
No exception.
Have you been involved, if you look at the CDC website and they talk about the transmission of HIV, they talk about risky behaviors. Would it be fair to say that you have been involved in all of those risky behaviors?
Negative. No, you're talking about needles and that whole mess? No, definitely not.
Do you know how you contracted the virus?
Sitting here today, not entirely, no.
I want to read you something else from the letter you handed me. You said, this is after the time of your diagnosis. The personal disbelief, karmic confusion, shame, and anger led to a temporary yet abysmal descent into profound substance abuse and fathomless drinking. Was this that whole tiger blood winning period in your life? Was that a result, that meltdown we saw, a reaction to your diagnosis?
I wish I could blame it on that. That was more of a roid rage. But this was on the heels of that, let me say, yeah.
And when you say shame in that, the stigma that is attached to this diagnosis is one of the worst parts about it. People don't take action, they don't get help because of that stigma.
Sure.
Do you still feel that stigma?
Not anymore, I don't, no. I don't. No, I have a responsibility now to better myself and to help a lot of other people. And hopefully with what we're doing today, others may come forward and say, thanks, Charlie, thanks for kicking the door open.
You're going to stick around with us. We're going to sit down with your doctor who has been treating you over these last several years, and we'll have much more of our conversation. Charlie, thank you.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.